Going into the World Championships this year, I didn't have many goals, but one goal I did have was to qualify for UK Championships in clock. I mean, think about it. I'd qualified to compete in clock at the World Championships, and yet last year I didn't compete. I didn't qualify to compete at the UK Championships because the qualification was harsher. What? Now, last year's qualification for clock at UK Championships was 12 seconds, which is, I thought, that's doable. I can probably do that with a bit of practice. I can't be bothered to practice clock much. It's a silly event. I don't really like it anyway. But I thought I'll practice just enough that I can pretty much guarantee I'll make it. Here's what happens. So on the first solve, you can see, yeah, I'm a bit nervous, but I'm going to go for it. Just do it. And you can't really see much because it's clock. It's not a spectator-friendly event. But there we go. I get a 10.34. Fine. It's a decent solve. And then going into the next solve, let's see what happens. So, obviously, same thing. I'm still a bit nervous because I want to make sure I get this done. And this solve, as you can see here, is a 1.74, which is actually my PR, my only sub-10 single I've got. I might have got some more since. And then, here we go, another solve. And this turns out to actually be the worst solve on average with, wait for it, 11.82. Now, at this point I'm thinking, well, that's 3 sub-12s. I'm pretty much guaranteed to get a sub-12 average. Like, what could possibly go wrong? And this is the solve where I can completely guarantee it. If this solve is sub-12 or even sub-13, I think, maybe even sub-40, it's over. It's done. I've done it. I've got a sub-12 average and I get 11.68 clock single on my 4th solve. Going into the final solve, I mean, it's guaranteed. I've got a sub-12 clock average. Surely I've qualified for UK Championships. I must have. Like, they can't possibly reduce it further, can they? Okay, so my final solve is a 10.05, which gives me a 10.69 average. I mean, it's sub-11. It's not just sub-12. It's my PR by a long way. I've got PR single as well. Well, I'd been warned that this might happen, but I thought, no, there's no way the UK Cube Association could possibly reduce the qualifications any further, could they? And then, that's exactly what they did. When UK Championships was finally announced, it turns out that the clock qualification time is a 10-second average. Yes, 10-second average. And obviously, yeah, people say, oh, well, if you just practice a bit, you'll do it. And yeah, it's probably true, but I can't be bothered, and I was a bit annoyed to try so hard at Worlds and not quite make it. And I probably won't have the time or put in the effort, even if I could be bothered to make it now. Looking at the statistics, it turns out that actually the hardest event other than blindfolded to make UKC qualification for, according to the UK rankings, is 6x6, where only 75 people have made it. Clock, on the other hand, 87 UK people qualify. I mean, I suppose you might as well. I mean, the thing is, I'm not even in the top 100 for clock anymore. I was at one point when I had a 13-second average at some point last year, but I guess people have just got fast for some reason. Anyway, not much more to say. Interesting story, but doesn't have a happy ending.